Hello, guys.
Hello.
This is our third episode of the podcast. I'm ASMR artist. My name is Margot.
My name is Elin.
Yeah, and today's theme is how is it to be a creative person?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
we decided not to have questions. We just will go with the flow on what we feel and how we see this topic, and we will just be more natural and honest, which we like.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
What inspires us? What motivates us? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Yeah, it's quite a big theme, right?
It is a big theme. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe we can start with what are you creative in what areas you're creative? I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, I would also love to discuss the importance of the self-expression itself, like in general,
Mm.
right? But what I'm creative in, oh God, okay, I dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, currently I'm in a kind of a collective of improvisational dancers.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we do kind of like, I call it abstract dance. So you don't have any choreography. You're moving from a feeling or from a theme or from a, like, an example of what our teacher can ask us is to feel like you're a snake and you're changing your skin,
Okay. Yeah. I love
so
that.
this kind of creative process. Also, I am a part of improvisational music band.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So it's quite the same thing, but in music. So you just find, like, there's four of us at the moment, and we are just finding the tuning together, supporting each other, creating new lyrics, creating new melodies and
Okay.
stuff. ASMR actually is also a big part of my creative self, and okay, I draw occasionally, and I also really like um, to remake clothes.
All
I
right.
actually, yeah, like actually, last week I did my. It wasn't my first upcycle item, but it was my first upcycle items that I'm going to sell. So, yeah,
Oh my god, that's amazing.
thank you.
Okay. Yeah,
What
that's
about you?
amazing. I think that, or I know that the biggest part of my creative self is through writing. I love writing.
Yeah.
And I love music as well. So I hate saying this because it's not true, but like I play I play a bit of piano and I play a
Okay.
bit of guitar.
Mm-hmm.
But if someone were to ask me like, can you play? I would be like, no, I wouldn't play.
Okay.
Yeah, but I love doing that. And yeah, ASMR as well. I think that's a good creative outlet for me as well. And yeah, no, but I think that most of it is writing. But I would love to be this person that can express myself through like paint and everything.
Yeah.
Because I've been trying to do that, but I always end up feeling like not good enough, and then I quit. So
Yeah.
I will literally try once, and then I'm like, no, this is not for me.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I would love to do that, but I don't think it's my thing, or I don't know if I need to like just do it a couple of times.
Yeah, interesting. I think that um, the fact that you have this feeling inside of it,
Mm.
of like not being good enough, that it it means that maybe you really need to try more,
Yeah.
because it's like you're judging yourself from the perspective of other people.
Mm.
You know, it seems to me.
100%.
And I'm looking at it from my perspective as well, and I felt the same way about many things that I did creatively.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm also a performer actually.
Okay.
I did my first solo performance a year ago.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
In what?
It was so I had a theme, and the theme was cycle. So it happened like I found myself in a cycle where, like, simply saying, okay, like where I would gain energy, and then I would spend it on all the people around me, but not myself.
Okay.
So I would just, and I would be in this cycle all the time. So I'm going like throughout my life, or not my life, but a period of time.
Mhm.
I would do this all over again. I would gain the energy and I would spend it on other people.
Mm.
Even when they don't ask me, I would find a way to reach out to them, to help them, to give them all my energy. And I had this kind of a loop that I got into.
Yeah.
So I created a performance where I showed people this loop, how it looks like, how it goes,
Okay.
with a like text and a little bit music. And I had 3 stages inside of the performance, and I got out of it.
You got out of it?
Yeah.
Really? That's
In my life.
amazing.
Yeah.
And this was a year
Yeah.
ago.
Yes, a little bit more than a year. Yeah. Mhm.
Oh my god. Wow, you were really creative.
Yeah, and the funny thing was that I knew, like not I knew, maybe I did it this way, that I'm like, I'm gonna do this performance, and afterwards I'm gonna be free of it, and I'm gonna change it, I'm gonna break it. And I remember that things started to change before I did the performance, and I was like, maybe I can skip it, because I was so nervous, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't do it. It's already happening, it's already changing.
Yeah.
But I thought to myself that it could roll back, if I didn't do the performance, it could.
Yeah.
So
But where was it? Was it like for
a little
friends and
theater.
family?
It was a little theater in a city.
Yeah. Oh my god. And was it only you, or was it?
No, I had people, well, not much, maybe 8 people. I did 0 advertisement. I didn't really want a lot of people to come. I wanted some, for them to be kind of like witness for this performance, but I didn't advertise, and people were like, why are you not doing it? And I'm like, it's not about that.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
But did you invite friends or family? Or
Yes,
anything?
I invite some friends, most like people who are most important for me, and my husband, he was a part of the performance,
Okay.
because basically he was always inside it with me,
Mm.
and in the end of each cycle, but I only showed one at the stage, but basically in the end of each cycle he would get me in his arms and he would take me off the stage. So basically he would just comfort me after each cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's amazing. But did
Yeah.
you like? Because you said that it was music and everything. Did you make the music by yourself, or was it?
There wasn't lots of music. I had some background music, which was it was the part of the video that I have on my page. It calls Thunderstorm and Heavy Rain in the Village.
Okay.
And I took some part from this video. There was even a part of how the door is opening in this house. And one of my friends, she was like, "Those was the sound of the door opening in your house." And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "I know it. Like I really know it. It's so interesting." And then I had a little part where I would just play on the kalimba thing, and I would sing a little bit. Kalimba is like wooden plate with little metal tongues, and you just play it with your thumbs.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't do much on the music side.
But it sounds amazing.
It was pretty amazing. Yeah, and people were saying to me, the ones who came, they were like, "Can you do it again?" And I was like, "No,
No.
it's over. I can't do
Yeah.
it again."
Yeah.
Because some people, they wanted to come but they couldn't, and they were asking me if I'm going to repeat it, and I'm like, I'm not going back.
No. That's good. That's really good. Yeah. That's also setting a boundary and showing yourself that the cycle is over now, right? It's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really love the fact that you put something that has been a struggle for you and then turned it into something beautiful. And I think that is what creativity is, like what creativity comes from, I guess. Because I think that speaking of the fact that I have always been like a perfectionist against myself in some sort of way. So when I've started things, I've always felt this like it needs to be perfect, or less I'm not going to do it,
Yeah.
And I've always felt the urge to write, like even since I was, I don't know, maybe like I think it started like when I was 7, 8 maybe, and I wrote stories to my mom and everything like that. And then when I got older, like 17, I wanted to start writing my own book. And I kind of did write a book then, but it was really bad. And I'm not saying that but it was bad in a good way, because now I can look back and be like, okay, this was bad, but you still kept going, and you pushed through that, and you learned more, and now it's like, what is it, 12 years later, and now I've finished a book that I'm proud of for the first time. Yeah, so that's really nice. and then
really
like turned my kind of demons into something good, something nice. Yeah. So I think that was pretty cool.
What is this book?
The book is about, it's like I call it a psychological drama. So it's like it's 6 different characters that you follow, who goes through different types of things that are really like everyday things that everyone experiences. So one of them is an alcoholic, and one of them is like has an eating disorder, and yeah, and then you can just follow, and one of them is a perfectionist, which has come from like his parents and everything, and you can just follow their journeys. And so it's very like an everyday story.
Okay.
Yeah.
But are they connected?
Yeah, they are. So it's like the first character you meet meets the next character on the street. Like she is her neighbor, and then you follow the next character. So you can see why she behaves the way she behaves. Yeah, so it's very.
And it's in Swedish, obviously, right?
Sorry.
It's in Swedish.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna dream of you translating it.
Yeah, hopefully I will.
But like, did you have kind of like a help for that, like a mentor or like a, I don't know how it works with the writing books? Because I have a friend and she's doing like courses on how learning how to write stories and stuff, and I wonder how it was for you.
I took a course, but it was like, I think it was 2018 or something. So it was pretty long ago, and it was 5 episodes. I almost said 5, 5. Yeah.
Okay.
But and it helped. Yeah. But I don't think that I was in the mental stage where I could start writing properly at the moment. I don't know. I think I still hadn't got out of that because the thing is that I have tried to write books for like 10 years, and then I've only written like 4 or 5 pages, and then I quit because I get bored. And I was like, I sort of had this wake-up call from one of my then colleagues who said, but do you even want to write? And I'm like, do I? Or am I just forcing it? So I was like, okay, maybe I just need to take a step back and just kind of see if the flow comes when I'm just sitting and not trying to force it. And I always had this thing where I thought that like if you're supposed to write a book, you have to have this like this like a different Word document or anything or everything with the characteristics of the characters and just a lot of planning. And I'm not a planning person, especially when it comes to creativity. So I think that had me blocked as well. So I was like, do I really need to plan that much, or can I just sit down and start writing and let's see where it takes me? I guess. Yeah, and that worked better.
That's really interesting.
Mm.
It's really, but those are two completely different approaches, basically.
Yeah. Because I was always like, I was always chasing the perfect sentence. And when you're always trying to write the perfect sentence, the flow never starts.
Yeah.
So then I just tried with this book. I just sat down and just started writing, and I didn't care about how the language was. I was like, okay, let's just write,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, start a new meaning with but, or start a new meaning with and, when you're not supposed to do that. But I was like, it adds to the effect, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like writing and writing and writing, and I felt that I would just go back and read it and edit it afterwards.
Yeah.
And when I read it, I was like, okay, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Nice. But and also I'm curious about what the story was about when you wrote when you were 17.
I think they're completely different stories, because this story that I wrote now is more of my own thoughts that I have gathered during my 30 years.
Yeah.
And when I was 17, it was more my imagination.
Yeah.
So that was more of a story, and that was a train. It was a train ride, and the train derailed.
Yeah.
And I don't know, hit a wall and everything, and the wall kind of landed on the train, so that they got stuck in the train, basically, the people there.
Wow.
And you had to follow two characters that met on the train, and just yeah. And a lot of things happened, because it was like people react differently in panic, or
Yeah.
people panic, or yeah. And yeah, it was fun to write, I guess. But yeah,
It sounds amazing. I can imagine it to myself. I started to create like this
yeah,
pictures inside my head. Wow.
yeah,
And it's a very interesting theme, like, and case, like you chose to write about kind of like a catastrophe, and like and this thing about people acting differently when they're in this kind of situation. It's so interesting. Wow.
yeah,
I know that maybe you mean that you think that it's bad because of the way it is written, maybe, right?
yeah,
But
exactly.
generally the idea sounds amazing, and it's
Thank you.
I really like this idea, of like like when you know people and then something is happening and you see them completely differently.
Exactly, yeah. And I remember when I came up with this idea, because I was on my way home from school, actually, and I was at the bus, and I was like kind of looking at people, and I'm like, if we got into an accident right now, or if it was like an apocalypse or something, who would I be friends with here? And then my brain was kind of like, okay, this could be something.
Okay, that's a creative mind.
Yeah, I was inspired.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. interesting thing that we mentioned, I think, several times already, is this perfection and this feeling of abandon it all and of like stopping, not doing, not drawing, not writing anymore, not like what I feel and what I experienced recently in the last couple years is that it mostly happened, at least to me, when I'm alone.
Yeah.
When I do creative stuff alone, when I am not like I could even be in a group of people, but when I feel like I am doing it by myself, that my performance, it's only me and it's not all other people. I will give a very nice example of my feelings that would explain more what I mean. So I'm in this improvisational music band, and we started this band I think more than 3 years ago. I just came to Cyprus. I didn't know lots of people, so I kind of found this beautiful guys, artists community, and I started to go to this improvisational music, and we were doing stuff, and I like it's in improvisation, right? So people are creating something, and when you're there, you feel inside of you an urge to express, like to give a lyrics or to make a sound with some instrument, stuff like that. And in the beginning, what I felt was, so everything is happening and I'm thinking I want to, like not thinking, I'm feeling that I want to add a sound. And I think to myself, what if I'm gonna ruin it all if I do it now?
Yeah. Exactly.
So that's what I've started with. That's what I wanted to discuss. That's what I've started with. But after half a year, maybe a little bit more, same situation. People are making music. I'm making music with them. I have an urge. I have a feeling of expressing myself. And like I'm holding a little bit and I'm thinking to myself, that's not mine. We created it.
Yeah.
If I hold it, I'm not giving these guys what they created, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
We created it together, and if I'm holding it, it means that I'm taking it from them as well. It's not like, and these two, it's the same situation of me holding something inside, but it's two completely different perspectives.
Yeah.
Because first I was alone. I was like, I'm alone in this. And in the second situation, I was like, we are a group of people who are creating together.
Yeah. That's
like,
so interesting.
That gave me like this understanding of that gave me a lot of realizations that sometimes it's egoistic to think that even your art is like shit and I'm not gonna do it, because when you are an artist, I feel like when you're an artist, that's your that's a gift. That's a gift. And when you create something, it's you collected all of the feelings of people who surround you, and then you take it out in some creative shape, and it's not really yours to keep. So that's what I feel.
But it's beautiful to think that way, to like shift the perspective a bit, and also being like, if you imagine that you were the group instead, and or someone else in the group, and they also felt this like, oh wow, this is awkward, I feel awkward doing this, and then another person shows that they think it's awkward as well, then it gets even harder, right?
Yeah.
So like the kindest thing would be to just do it. Just like let the guards down.
And but also I think that when you see some person who thinks that it should be awkward for you, you need to remind yourself again that it's their perspective. They feel awkward. It's not about you. It's really like this goes also from the childhood, right? When people are bullying you, when they're like teasing you, this realization of the fact that it's all about them, and it's nothing about you. It has no connection with you. It's a very, very nice thing. And actually on the same thing, what I wanted to share is I struggled a lot with doing upcycle things, because every time I was like, no, it doesn't work. I don't know how to sew on the sewing machine. I'm shit. It doesn't work. And recently, I got an idea of creating a girls' art club.
Okay.
And we had our first meeting, and so I did the first upcycle item, and I felt like when I'm alone, when I start struggling, I would just throw it away, put it somewhere and forget about it. But when you have another person who also is there and creates together with you, first of all, you have more of this feeling of like doing it, and second of all, you can always be vulnerable and say that like I feel like shit, it doesn't work. And I collected the girls who I know, and I know that each and one of them, they would say, no, it's amazing, you should do more, let me help you, let me give you a hand, let's see what we can do together. And that feels amazing.
I can imagine. I don't think I've had a group where we do like creative things together, but that would be an idea actually, just to gather around, like people can do different things. I can write, someone else can do something else.
Exactly. I have girls, they wave, what does it call, waving, right? Like scarf. And then I do this. I have two girls who are writers. So some girls are even like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I'm like, just come, we will see. You can be inspired by another girls. Like it's all can be like life. We can all live in this together, and it sounds so nice and safe and supportive, and
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you can even the inspiration from these meetings, they can last, because like I started making the thing that I made on the meeting, but next day I finished it by myself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 100%. Sometimes you just gotta get into the flow, because the flow stays for, sometimes it stays for several weeks for me when
Yeah.
I'm like really, really into my writing. I'm in a good like writing phase, I guess.
Yeah. Mhm.
Now I'm not. Now it just feels like a struggle to
Okay.
like open up the computer and be like, okay, I don't know what to write now, you know. So that's why I love to get in those flow states. That when you wake up the next morning, you're like, oh my god, I can't wait to just write again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm. But I get inspiration from, like, sometimes when I'm sitting and trying to write, or like I can write one page and then I'm like, it gets boring after a while. Then I feel like I need to like reload my inspiration a bit.
Okay.
Then I go out and go for a walk, and I listen to a podcast. And this has been like an ongoing thing for me since at least like 2019 or something, because this podcast has been around for a while. It's called Creepypodden, which is like ghost stories, basically, that people are reading.
Okay.
And even though I haven't been writing horror or anything, I just feel so inspired listening to the people that has written all these good stories, and I'm like, okay, wow, now I feel it, and then I can go home and start writing again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Mm.
Nice. It's really nice.
And watching really like good groundbreaking movies,
Mhm.
like Interstellar,
Okay.
like movies like that. Have you seen Arrival?
I don't think so. I've seen Interstellar, but I don't think that I've seen Arrival.
Yeah.
I will wait. I will look at the. Maybe I did.
Yeah.
I have a very bad memory
Yeah. But
on
movies
what I
like
have seen.
movies like that are like a bit like, you know, mindfuck movies
Yeah, 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 yeah.
that really sets something going.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Interesting. You know what? I have a thought now that like um we are getting like we talked about where we are getting inspiration from and what helps us to like proceed to create more. And I had a thought on, you know, on the Instagram and social settings and successfully successing people.
Yeah.
You know, it
Yeah.
was on purpose. I phrase it like that. In Russian, we have like this. People always says it like in translation in South, like successfully successing people.
Okay.
How it can hurt people and how it can break all the creativity, how it can break all the motivation and everything for you to do things, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe we can think of this kind of like, like a middle, like where the people are inspiring you, like not people, but the kind of content that is inspiring and kind of content that makes you feel jealous and makes you feel like shit and like you would never achieve that, you can never do that and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I have actually been one of those people that that have been feeling I don't know what the word is in English, but we have a word for it in Swedish, that you don't, where you don't, like you want people to succeed obviously, but you get jealous, and then you want it to happen to you instead. I used to be like that, but now I'm more like, when I see, like when I'm scrolling on TikTok or something, when I see people that shows off their art, like they have painted these amazing paintings that I know that I wouldn't be able to do, at least today. I don't know, but that inspires me now. I'm like, I want to take that and put it into my book, like that feeling. And the same goes for...
Okay, feeling of what? Feeling of which feeling exactly? I didn't get it.
But like, I want to be so amazed. Like when I get amazed by this painting, I want people to get amazed when they read my things. And the same goes for like people that dance. I love to watch people dance, like big like dance groups, and they are so good. That makes me so inspired as well. And I'm like, they have been doing that since they were kids. Like they are so inspiring for that. So now instead of feeling jealous, I'm like, okay, let's just pour that into what I can do instead.
Yeah. I think that for me, I also had all sorts of stuff, being jealous to the people in Instagram and other social settings. I think what helped me understanding is, first of all, because people started to talk about it, like at least in my social community, online social community, people have started talking about it. Like, guys, chill. It's just what people show in Instagram. It's not like their day-to-day life.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that I compared some people that I know in life to what their Instagram accounts looks like.
Smart.
And I was like, oops. I was like, if I've seen this account and I didn't know the person, I would think, oh my god, their life is just a dream. And then I know their life and I'm like, it's not a dream.
Yeah.
At least not a dream of mine and not the dream of theirs.
Exactly.
And that helps a lot. And I also think that in the past I somehow compared myself to people, not thinking about the fact that we have a completely different background.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's the funniest thing.
Yeah.
Because people can be I don't know, like successful in the field where you want to be successful, but the way they came there could be such a hard path that maybe you don't want it for yourself.
Right. Exactly.
Maybe you can't give this price for that.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So maybe we can say that also you maybe get more inspired from honest people,
Yeah.
from a sincere people, even online. And when you see that people are trying to show like a movie, their life like a movie, then you need to like remind yourself that if people do that, it means that it's not as good
Exactly.
as it seems.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And I also been like, I found myself jealous of people doing things that I don't even want to do. Like when people are like, "Oh, I got promoted at work, and now I'm a manager," and I'm like, "Oh no, I want to be. I don't want to be a manager. That's not my thing." And we have sometimes I think we need to remind ourselves that we are born with different like talents, like natural talents, I guess, and skill sets.
Okay.
Yeah, of course you can learn, but sometimes you're more prone to some things, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not all people can do things.
And also you can do loads of things simultaneously.
Exactly.
It's like you get to choose.
Yeah.
You like, yeah, when you grow up, you need to choose. And that's what my psychologist is reminding me sometimes about.
Yeah.
As you said, that like you're jealous of a person who got promoted as a manager. I would definitely too get jealous.
Yeah.
Maybe now, not maybe yes, but like before what I did, as I noticed, I thought like so I catched a thought that I'm jealous, and then I'm like, no, I'm not jealous. No. And then I discussed it with my psychologist, and now my answer is different. And it's, yes, I'm jealous, but I made another choice.
Yeah.
Because I would love, I think, to have a career in management and to be a very successful manager, to make loads of money, to have like more than 10 years of experience and all of that.
Yeah.
That would be nice, but I chose to be an artist.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a way to look at it. That's so true. Yeah.
And sometimes it's sad for me. Sometimes I think, oh my God, I could have been a manager. I could have worked as a manager for the last 5 years and not that,
100%.
But if I was a manager, what I would have think of, I would be like, fuck, I could have been an artist.
Exactly. Yes. It's always greener on the other side. Yeah, but I think that when you don't express yourself creatively, when you are a creative person, you get like, I don't know if this goes for all, but you get depressed. Like I have gotten depressed when I haven't expressed myself. Yeah,
you got depressed, or either you go to the addictions and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, when you suppress something that is so like profound, it's so there, and then you don't do anything about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What I feel about having a job of a manager, I, s- I just can't create. I put so much into it, and I like it a lot. But when I do it, I'm so exhausted and I can't create. It's not possible for me.
Exactly. Yeah. 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 That is interesting in itself, because when I worked a full-time job and I traveled, I it took like 1.5 hours just to go there, and then 1.5 hours to go back. So I was
Yeah.
away like 11 hours a day or something. Yeah, and then you like it's blank. I can't go home and write when I'm
Yeah.
stressed, or when I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. So when I finished my job in November, that was where like I got the ideas back again. And I can sit
Mm-hmm.
on the bus and I'm like, wow, maybe I can write about this. Maybe I can do something about this. Maybe I can. And I'm just writing down the ideas in my phone. And I'm like, yes, this is me. It's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, but it's an interesting thing as well as a for a creative person. So I am currently supported by my husband, so I can have this opportunity of not having a full-time job.
Okay.
Um, I I almost don't have an income by myself. I actually started to have a little bit of income from life drawing modeling, which is
Okay.
another thing that I do.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a model for an artist, and so they draw me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, so I started to make money in this field, which was very crazy for me.
Yeah.
But that's a kind of a fact. But what I wanted to say is that it's interesting how to find a balance in making money and be creative,
Yeah.
because there's not loads of money in art.
Mm.
In, I would say, in true art, there's no lots of money. So, as an artist, you always need to have either a base job,
Yeah.
or I don't know, many different little things that you can do.
Mm.
And that is also interesting, because I think that sometimes artists, kind of like a true self of an artist, got broken because they are selling themselves to be like a comfortable for marketing and stuff like that.
Mm.
So they would stop creating for themselves. They will start creating for selling, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So I think this is a very, very hard topic, and it's a very hard place in finding a balance.
Yeah. It's a fine line.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Between like creating for yourself and creating for creating, and
Yes,
creating
exactly.
for selling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's not bad to create for selling. It's good.
Mm.
Still, it's very important not to lose yourself in it.
Exactly.
Not to create only for the audience or for the people that you know would buy.
Exactly. Yeah, that was actually my biggest struggles with the book that I wrote now.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't know if anyone wants to read this, because it's really like dark and kind of depressing at times, because it's like really like anxiety filled throughout the book. And I don't know if people want to read this. I don't know. And I would just send it to the, I don't know what they're called, but the editors, you know, the book companies.
Yeah. Who would decide to publish? Publishers,
Publisher,
maybe.
yes, exactly. Yeah. And see if it goes well. I don't know. Yeah. And yeah. Now I'm writing another book, but it isn't like a follow-up to the other one. It's a completely new thing. It's a horror thing, like a psychological horror. And that's because I love that myself. And my sister was like, "Are you sure you want to do horror? I don't know if that would be like good, like selling wise. Like, I don't know if people would want to read that in Sweden." And I'm like, okay, just let's try, because I want to write it. And I think if I want to write it, it can turn out good. So, yeah.
Of course. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's a stereotype about about the Swedish people, is that you're very like calm and very figured everything out, and it's all very nice and chill in your country. It feels at least like that, like the stereotype. So I would definitely think that people from your country would love a horror, because everything is so chill. It's nice to have some.
Maybe. It's refreshing, maybe.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, but that's the thing that I wanted to actually pinpoint, that like you will send your book to publishers. They might tell you something, right? They might tell you like, we don't like this part, right?
Yeah.
So this is the thing, right? So I just wanted to use another example. Like, it's okay if they would tell you something and you will make a little corrections, right? Like you would change something, but it's still gonna be your book. But sometimes an artist can be thrown so much like down that they would tell you like, write a story about, I don't know, about dinosaurs and stuff, you know, like, and you would be like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna write a story, you know, and that would mean that you just did it to sell and not
100%. Yeah, that's true.
But it's so amazing. Publishing your book is great. Congratulations for even for those steps.
Thank you. I haven't sent it yet, but I will. Yeah, I'm just letting it marinate a bit.
Yeah, it's very nice and it's very important, and like, yeah, I can imagine how you feel.
Yeah, I feel proud.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I do actually.
Nice. It's an amazing feeling to feel proud about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay.
Nice. So I think we had some interesting lines in there.
Yeah, really did.
Yeah, we would love to hear from you guys what you think about how is it to be a creative person. Maybe you are a creative person.
Exactly.
Maybe you got triggered by something that we said.
Yes.
Right?
Please let us know what inspires you.
Yeah, what inspires you is good.
Yeah.
It's good. And if people around you help you to create.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yes. That's a nice one. Okay.
Yeah, so we're planning to post every week, and we chose a topic for the next time, for the fourth podcast.
Yes.
And the topic is how our dreams and goals have changed throughout the life.
Yeah. I think we can discuss a lot about that.
Yeah, I also think so.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions that you would like us to answer, or if you have any questions about this podcast, we would love to answer them, and we would love to use your tips to use in our discussion.
100%.
That would be really nice.
Anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for being with us.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you.
Okay.
Margot.
Thank you, Ellen. See you very soon.
Yeah, see you.